Assalamu alaikum and good evening. You are watching HumSub.TV and I am Munib Hamid with the news.
Intelligence agencies differ on PAT guards' role in Model Town clash. The Justice Najafi report on the Model Town case presents conflicting claims of premier intelligence agencies, the Inter-Services Intelligence and Intelligence Bureau, into the incident. The special branch reports only shares Pakistan Awami Tehreek's political activities prior to the incident. The ISI in its report held the police responsible for the killings, saying the police resorted to straight fire at the protesters, leaving 10 dead and 70 injured, of them 51 sustained bullet wounds. The ISI report, however, says that found no evidence of firing by the guards or activists of the Idara Minhaj al-Quran on the police. The IB, however, stated in its report that the guards manning the post at the residence of PAT Chief Tahirul Qadri opened straight fire on the police, leaving 2 policemen injured. Justice Najafi inquiry report: Punjab government decides against challenging LHC verdict in Apex Court. Punjab government on Tuesday chose to make public the Justice Najafi inquiry report following a Lahore High Court judgment instead of challenging the verdict in Supreme Court, as it assessed that the compliance would be less troublesome for it than the hassle for the appeal, said my sources. The decision to obey the LHC decision was made by the political leadership during a high-level meeting after the LHC issued the direction. It was reportedly attended by the PMLN leadership, Law Minister Rana Sanaullah, secretaries of the Home and other departments concerned, and the government's legal advisors. The court had earlier in the day ordered the government to immediately give the report to the respondents, effective of the June 17, 2014 Model Town incident, and make it public within 30 days. You are elected to solve people's issue. CM Murad, ex-City Nazim Kamal appear before Supreme Court in unsafe water case. Sindh Chief Minister Murad Ali Shah, former Karachi Mayor Mustafa Kamal, and Karachi Police Chief Mushtaq Ahmed Maher appeared before the Supreme Court on Wednesday for a hearing on plea concerning provision of clean drinking water and safe environment in the province. Headed by Chief Justice of Pakistan Mian Saqib Nisar, a 3-judge bench, as the Supreme Court Karachi Registry is hearing the constitutional petition of Shahab Osso, a concerned citizen and lawyer, against the provincial government's failure to provide potable water, better sanitation, environment and associated issues. The court had also directed Kamal, who was the mayor from 2005 to 2010, to appear in court to clarify who he had asked before allotting the 50 acres reserved for the Mahmoodabad treatment plant, allegedly to some misplaced people. SC issues notices to NAB in Sharjeel Memon bail application case. Supreme Court on Wednesday issued notices to the National Accountability Bureau while hearing the bail application of PPP leader Sharjeel Memon and 5 others. On November 25, the PPP leader had filed an appeal in the Apex Court, challenging the Sindh High Court's decision to reject his bail in reference pertaining to the award of advertisements at exorbitant rates through the abuse of his power. In his appeal, Memon had said that he should be granted bail since NAB does not have any evidence against him, adding that his arrest was in contradiction with accountability laws. During Wednesday's hearing, notices were issued to the Bureau in reference to the application submitted before the Apex Court by Memon, as well as Inam Akbar and 4 others who were arrested by NAB on October 23. The applications asked the Supreme Court to order NAB to dismiss the corruption references against them. Mayor of London Sadiq Khan arrives in Lahore. Mayor of London Sadiq Khan arrived in Lahore on Wednesday via the Wagah border. The mayor was received by officials from the Punjab government upon his arrival and is currently holding a meeting with Chief Minister Shehbaz Sharif in Model Town. During his time in Pakistan, Khan will also visit Islamabad and Karachi. Khan has said that his trip seeks to strengthen the links that exist between London and these great cities of Pakistan. Khan is the first ever mayor of London to make an official visit to Pakistan. US to set up new military camp in Afghanistan. US forces seem to be setting up a new military camp in Afghanistan as the required construction material and equipment are being rapidly transported for its early completion, official documents have revealed. Recently, a vessel loaded with a huge quantity of construction material and allied equipment arrived at Karachi port. As per its Import General manifestation, the imports were made by the United States Army Corps of Engineers Services. Trump tells Middle East leaders he'll recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. President Donald Trump told Arab leaders on Tuesday that he intends to move the U.S. embassy in Israel to Jerusalem, a decision that breaks with decades of U.S. policy and risks fueling further unrest in the Middle East. Senior officials said Trump is likely to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital on Wednesday, while delaying relocating the embassy from Tel Aviv for another 6 months, though he is expected to order his aides to begin planning such a move immediately. Washington's endorsement of Israel's claims to all of Jerusalem as its capital would reverse a long-standing policy that the city's status must be decided in negotiations with the Palestinians, who want East Jerusalem as the capital of their future state. Gulf Summit ends in hours as Saudi, UAE rulers stay away. Kuwait's Emir on Tuesday quickly called an end to a planned Tuesday meeting of the Gulf Cooperation Council within hours of its start amid the ongoing diplomatic disputes surrounding Qatar. The sudden end of the meeting in Kuwait City raised new questions about the future of the GCC, a six-member Gulf Arab regional bloc formed in part to be a counterbalance to Iran, as King Salman of Saudi Arabia and UAE President Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan did not attend the summit. Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Sabah's decision came after the United Arab Emirates earlier in the day announced a new partnership with Saudi Arabia separate from the GCC. Man due in court over alleged plot to kill PM Theresa May. A man is due to appear in court later over an alleged plot to kill the Prime Minister Theresa May. Naimur Zakaria Rahman, 20, from North London, is accused of planning to bomb Downing Street security gates and then attack PM with a knife. A second man, Muhammad Aqib Imran, 21, of Birmingham, is accused of the preparation of terrorist acts for allegedly planning to travel overseas. They were both arrested on 28 November. The pair are due to appear at Westminster's Magistrates Court in central London. US B-1B bomber in attack drill show of force to North Korea. US military has flown a B-1B bomber over South Korea as part of a massive joint aerial drill in a move seen as a warning to the North. The B-1B Lancer plane simulated bombing a military feat. The drill is taking place a week after Pyongyang fired what it claimed was a new intercontinental ballistic missile which could hit mainland US. The US has previously deployed bombers as a show of force after North Korean missile or nuclear tests. South Korea's military said the US bomber took part in the simulation with US and South Korean fighter jets. State Bank wakes up 2 ATM skimming incidents. State Bank of Pakistan expressed concerns on Tuesday over the skimming of debit cards that caused a total loss of rupees 10.2 million to 559 customers recently. The SBP said only 296 customers have confirmed disputed transactions, and Habib Bank Limited is trying to limit the impact of hacking activities. The SBP statement did not say who the hackers were. It said the hackers withdrew depositors' money from various locations within and outside the country. Sports. Russian doping. IOC bans Russia from 2018 Winter Olympics. Russia has been banned from competing at next year's Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang by the International Olympic Committee. But Russian athletes who can prove they are clean would be allowed to compete in South Korea under a neutral flag. It follows an investigation into allegations of state-sponsored doping at the 2014 Games hosted by Russia in Sochi. The decision has been widely condemned in Russia, with some politicians urging a boycott of the Games, though other officials have welcomed the chance for clean athletes to take part. Weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very cold weather conditions are likely to continue in Balochistan, including Quetta. However, light rain thunderstorm with light snowfall over the hills is expected at a few places in Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan.
And that is the end of the news. For more news and updates, keep watching HumSub TV. Take care.
Please subscribe to HumSub.TV and hit the notification icon on the screen to get the latest updates of our channel. Thank you for watching HumSub.TV.